90% of the people alive right now will reach the end of their lives and realize they spent it waiting. Waiting for permission, waiting for certainty, waiting for a sign that never came. And the tragedy is not that they failed, it is that they never truly started. That stops today. What you are about to hear is not motivation. Motivation fades. What this is a restructuring. A complete cellular level confrontation with the way you have been thinking about time, identity, urgency, and the invisible architecture of the life you keep saying you want. Because the gap between where you are and where you are meant to be is not a talent gap. It is not a resource gap, it is a decision gap. And decisions happen in a single moment. Stay with this until the end. Because by the time we are finished, you will understand exactly why you have been stuck, exactly what compound force your daily choices are building or destroying, and exactly what one shift in identity can do to the entire trajectory of your existence. Not someday, now. You are not here by accident. Something in you recognizes that it is time. Time to stop performing potential and start producing results. Time to stop living like tomorrow is guaranteed and start treating today like the irreplaceable, non-renewable, extraordinarily powerful asset that it actually is. Your future is being written right now. The only question is, who is holding the pen? The day you stop waiting is the day your life begins, not tomorrow, not when the timing is perfect, not when you feel ready. Ready is a lie you tell yourself to stay comfortable. The people rewriting their destinies right now are not more qualified than you. They are simply done postponing. They made a decision, and a real irreversible spine-straightening decision, that the waiting is over. And the moment that decision lands in your body, not just your head, everything shifts. Your eyes open differently. You move differently. You stop asking for permission from a future that was never going to show up and hand it to you. But here's what most people miss. Stopping the wait is only half the battle. The other half is speed, urgency. The relentless, almost irrational refusal to let today bleed into tomorrow without extraction, without pulling something valuable out of every single hour. Urgency is not panic. Urgency is not stress. Urgency is clarity with momentum behind it. It is knowing in your bones that time is the only currency you cannot earn back, and spending it carelessly is the most expensive mistake a human being can make. The people who have built extraordinary lives did not stumble into them. They treated every day like it was both the first and last opportunity to move the needle, because sometimes it is. Mastering urgency means training yourself to feel the weight of inaction, to feel what it costs you, not in some abstract future, but right now, today, in who you are becoming with every choice. You do not find time, you make it. You do not wait for motivation, you manufacture it through movement. Stop waiting, start moving. Those are not two steps, they are one. You are not behind, let that land for a second. You are choosing to be. That narrative you carry, the one that whispers you missed your window, that others are ahead, that the gap is too wide to close, is not a fact. It is a decision dressed up as a circumstance. Every morning you rehearse that story, you vote for it, you fund it with your energy, your attention, your excuses, and it grows. Not because it is true, but because you keep feeding it. The people you look at and call ahead were once exactly where you are, confused, uncertain, unproven. The only difference is they stopped measuring their position against everyone else and started measuring their progress against yesterday's version of themselves. That is the only scoreboard that matters. The moment you stop competing with the world and start committing to your own evolution, the feeling of being behind dissolves because you are finally running your own race. And that race has a cost, a real one. Comfort is not free. It never was. Every time you chose the easier path, the softer response, the postponed discomfort, you paid for it, not with money, but with potential, with the compounding interest of a life unlived. Comfort is the thief that never breaks in. It is always invited. You open the door, offer it a seat, and slowly, without drama, it takes everything. Your ambition, your edge, your hunger. It does not steal loudly, it sedates quietly. And the cruelest part is that it feels like peace while it is happening. Real growth lives on the other side of the thing you keep avoiding. The conversation you will not have. The risk you will not take. The standard you refuse to hold yourself to. Ease is not your friend, it is your ceiling. Stop planning, start proving. Those are not motivational words, but that is a diagnosis. Because somewhere between the vision board and the spreadsheet, between the research and the refinement, between the perfect moment you are engineering and the life that is passing you by, you forgot that execution is the only language results understand. Plans feel productive. They have the texture of progress without the risk of failure, and that is exactly why they are dangerous. They let you feel busy while staying safe. The world does not reward the best plan. It rewards the person who moved first, failed fast, adjusted relentlessly, and refused to confuse preparation with action. You want proof you can do it? The only place that proof exists is on the other side of doing it. Stop rehearsing. Step into the arena, because what you do every single day is quietly writing the most honest autobiography you will ever produce. Not the one you post online, not the one you describe at dinner, the real one, written in habits, in routines, in the private choices you make when no one is grading you. Your habits are your biography, and right now, today, that book is being written whether you are paying attention or not. The question is whether you will like what it says. Every habit you carry is a vote for a version of yourself, either the one you are proud of or the one you are ashamed of. There is no neutral. Discipline entered daily becomes destiny. Compromise entered daily becomes a cage. Edit the habits. Rewrite the story. The person you will be in 5 years is not a mystery. It is a math problem. Add up your daily choices, your repeated behaviors, your default responses to pressure, your relationship with discomfort, and you have your answer. Not an approximation. A certainty, which means the question is never where do I want to be? The question is, what am I doing today that is building or destroying that version of me? Every conversation you avoid, every standard you lower, every morning you surrender to distraction is a brick, and you are laying it yourself in the foundation of a future you claim you do not want. Excellence is not what happens on your best day. It is what happens on your worst one, when you are tired, uninspired, unseen, and you show up anyway. That is the vote that counts, not the grand gesture, not the inspired sprint. The quiet, unglamorous daily decision to be the person you committed to being, regardless of how you feel. Feelings are weather. Identity is architecture. Build accordingly. The life you want already exists. Someone is living it right now. Same hours, same planet, same universal conditions. The only variable is the price they were willing to pay and the moment they decided to start paying it. That price is not talent. It is not luck. It is daily voluntary discomfort chosen repeatedly until it becomes identity. One decision separates who you are from who you are capable of becoming. Not a series of decisions, one. The decision that you are no longer negotiable with yourself. That excuses are no longer acceptable currency. That the gap between your potential and your reality is not a mystery to be studied, but a distance to be closed. Starting now with whatever you have exactly as you are. You have now seen it clearly. The waiting, the comfort, the planning without proving, the habits quietly writing a biography you never approved, all of it ends the moment you decide it does. Not gradually, not eventually. The instant the decision is real, the future shifts. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly one committed choice away from the version of your life that has been waiting on you this entire time. Stop negotiating with your potential. Honor it, execute on it. Today, the pen is in your hand. Write something worth reading. If this reached something in you, if it cracked something open or lit something up, then you are exactly where you need to be. This is Alpha Motivation World, and everything we build here exists for one reason: to hand you the tools to become who you were always capable of being. If this delivered value, hit like, leave a comment telling us which keynote hit hardest, and subscribe so you never miss what is coming next. Because the next speech we are dropping is going to challenge everything you believe about fear, identity, and the one emotion that is quietly running or ruining your entire life. You do not want to miss it.